Hey, how's it going, guys? It's Blur. Welcome back to another Alice Madness Returns video. This is part 3 of the series. If you haven't seen the second one, I really suggest go checking on to that one first, because this whole series is honestly just a fucking trip. I'm not gonna lie. This whole thing is a mad trip. No pun intended. Get it? No? Alright, cool. This voiceover was actually recorded right after I edited the last video. Not edited, like published. Like when the video was published, I immediately reopened CapCut and I'm making this video now. I wasn't lying when I said I was not trying to waste time to put these videos out. I don't want any more shit deleted. I already failed you guys on this fucking playthrough. I might as well uh, I gotta fix myself somehow, right? If you guys can't tell already, this was streamed, so if you guys want to see me live at any moment, I do stream here on YouTube, but I also stream on all other platforms, as in Twitch, Kick, and also TikTok. I'm not lying. I'm on all those platforms. So if I'm streaming on YouTube, I'm also streaming on all those other platforms. So if you guys want to go check me out over there, or whatever platform you're comfortable with, I don't know, go for that. Okay, I'm gonna stop yapping. I'm gonna get right into it. Let's get right back into this new biome that I just entered literally right now. In my personal opinion, I honestly really enjoy these biome switches. Not just the fact that they're doing it, but also each one doesn't seem to fail me. Every single one seems to be beautiful in its own way, and I'm loving this underwater feel. I'm loving I don't know, it's giving me Finding Nemo vibes in a really gruesome way. Also, you can see that they do change your outfit throughout the time. My outfit is currently like matching the vibe of what this area is, like an underwater biome. So I find that really cool. I actually compliment this cool new outfit now. Game also matches the vibe. Now that I'm underwater. One thing I do want to talk about is these memory points. I don't know if I'm just so uneducated and just don't understand these, but a lot of these things that they just try to make me grab, or sorry, I don't want to say make me grab, but honestly make me feel like I'm going out of my way to collect something, just doesn't feel that important. I feel like it's just kind of a waste of time. A lot of these things are like, you expect like a memory to kind of bring up something to make you understand what's going on in her lifetime, but a lot of these are just simple quotes. Like the first one is like, wow, she could really jump, and that's just because that you learned how to jump at that point. So it's like, what was the point of me trying to collect that if it's just gonna tell me shit I already know, or if not already know, shit that's completely useless and has no point to even like help me explain or understand a story.
If I have ever owned an accessory that unseemly, I'd burn it, destroy all evidence of it, and deny its existence. I value my reputation.
Why is that a memory, and why do I have to go and get that? It is, in my opinion, that's just like, if it is a memory and it's something I'm remembering, sure, I get it. I guess that's the point of the memory. But to go out of my way to find a little secret, if I want to 100% this game, and that's the result, that's what I get for it. Just a bottle of a memory, and there's no reward for it. I don't think either. It's kind of, I don't know. Just a couple more steps forward, we actually look down and find a theater where the carpenter is actually having a show right now. That's exactly where my goal was, and that's where the mock turtle gave me a ticket to go figure out my next answers. Obviously, this whole thing is downhill, so as going downhill, there's nothing more than just platforming and killing a lot of enemies. So I'll spare you the time and not just watch me just kill the whole bunch of the same enemies and jumping on a whole bunch of the same platforms. In the middle of going towards the theater, we actually find a doorway that is actually a key point to the story. This door leads to the second flashback of the house fire in the past.
I was the last one in the library the night of the fire. The log I added to the grate was dead when I went upstairs to bed with Dinah. If it wasn't, I may be responsible for my family's deaths.
Okay. So it's kind of like an overthink memory, basically. I don't know. As Alice grieves about her alleged flashback, and as I continue to comprehend exactly what's going on in the story, I continue down. I fight an invisible enemy and push through puzzles I've already done before, and I continue to this new town called Barrel Bottom. This town is where the theater and show is held, where the carpenter resonates. While I explore this town, I grow in a fascination about every single person here, as in civilian is a fish, which I absolutely love. The next thing is that this area kind of reminds me of an underground sucking like an underground sunken ship, which is very cool to me. Love it. The aesthetic, awesome. But after exploring, getting loot, and even doing a little bit of a mini game, I make it towards the theater finally. As easy as it felt to just walk in, go towards the doorway, and actually go straight towards a cutscene, I knew that it wasn't going to be that easy. The carpenter was here, and yes, he was having a show, but he needed help, of course. In the exchange of the information that I needed to help him out organize this show. Honestly, for a guy that looks like to be a professional on stage, I don't know why you would need my help in the first place, but fuck it, here we are.
Ah, Alice! Delighted to see you again, my dear. Your arrival is filled with fortunatality itself.
Really? I didn't even know.
Never mind. My pregnant show is about to pop. It requires only a medicament of your help velocity, which will address that monstrosity directly. That's to say, eventually. The munificent script needs fetching. The writer's overly imaginative and exploring several endings. Then you'll need to assemble the show's tune-deft music. And finally, gather our stars! The show's tasteful performers. You should leave now. The essentiality of haste is essential.
It hardly seems you're ready for the show. Why can't you assemble these things yourself?
An impresario has
Does he want to
arrangements.
eat them?
Ducks in a row, fish to fry, calls to Newcastle, etc., etc. Fetch the script
to
from the
fry.
writer, then we can batter or clatter or
He's
natter
setting
as the
up a
case may
show
be.
Is the writer
for their own
cantankerous?
death.
To a personage of your distinguished repudiation, I blush at the notionality. He's an octopus, by the by. Lives over that way. Ta-ta.
For a show that seems to be a little bit underprepared, I had 3 goals to do. I had to go find script, singers, and performers. So, off I go. Honestly, this is just a lot of a map exploration, a lot of puzzles, and a lot of extra stuff. As much as I want to throw you guys into that stuff, it wouldn't be that much entertaining because I was a little bit too focused into these puzzles and fighting. There wasn't much talking, which I don't really find entertaining for myself. So if you guys really wanted to see all of this, like just fighting and all that stuff uncut, trust me, I do have an account for that too. As more and more puzzles pull through, we start to figure out the truth exactly of what this goal was. Obviously, him putting me to work wasn't just for the nice of it, or for it to give us the information that we needed.
My gosh, you're not an impresario, you're a killer. The mastermind of a criminal enterprise.
This world is not so either or, Alice.
And I've done your bidding.
You did a few errands, got your hands dirty, big deal. The show distraculates the crowd, shame you'll miss it. You need to deal with these sailors. It's your time.
Time? Time? The time has come to talk of ships and vegetables and royalty and whether pigs have wings and so on.
Enough of that, Walrus. You start wailing about there being too much sand on the beach, I'll have your blubber for breakfast.
Shame on you, Carpenter. You made a promise.
I had no choice. One can't always do as one would like. I'd have thought you'd know that by now.
I soon found out that the carpenter wasn't only using me to set up this show, but also the reason why all these fish are gonna walk into their demise. This entire show was a setup, a complete setup to their own death.
To the show!
Bizarre show.
That's quite enough of that, I think. Enough preliminaries. Here's the performance you've been waiting for. Proves I'm without prejudice and have a fine sense of humour. Sword and crown are worthless here. I invite everyone to dance. Labourers, lawyers, church and gown all make their little prance. This life is full of random death and heaps of grief and shame. So few are soothed by accident You want someone to blame. Fire, plague, and strange disease. Drowned, murdered, or if you please. A long fall down the basement stairs. None are expected. No one cares. I often must work very hard. Sweat running down my skin. After the dance, I then must rest. And the eating can begin.
Damn. As the infernal train reaches its next destination, the theater, Carpenter gestures that he was trying to save Wonderland from this, but Alice was the one to lure it. In the drastic moment, he gives us the information that we needed. We needed to reach the caterpillar.
Wait.
I'm not the enemy you seek, Alice. I tried to hide this bit of Wonderland from that beast. Appeasement's never clean. We must all play our assigned roles. Are you a pawn or a queen? An idiot or a practiced fool? However this turns out, consider the prospect that you've been misled, Alice. Then ask, by whom?
No! Who set that bloody train in motion? Where has it come from?
It arrived when you arrived, and it's more horrible even than you could currently imagine. The death of a dream caterpillar may know how.
As I gain consciousness back into the real world, I start to realize that the mango mermaid that I was last knocked out in was actually inflamed by the fire that was set by the lamp. Good news is that Nanny's here with me and she's safe. The thing is that she told me something that I don't think she told me
my
before.
mind's in pieces. I still have terrible visions and I need to know.
About the fire. Same as always. You need to move on, Alice. So do I. Well, at least she's not spewing that asylum nonsense. My past is dead. I killed them. I should have saved them. I should have died. Her mind was in shambles. Radcliffe thought familiar faces would bring her round. After a year, he lost interest in her inheritance. Greedy sod. Still, always asking his bizarre questions. Heavy dose of madness, I'd say, but honesty's never the best policy in this life. When she wasn't comatose, she gaped, eyes like pinwheels, drooled, occasionally screeched. Never uttered a sensible sound. And like the child she was, she kept her secrets close.
This memory led off to when I was in some type of mental asylum, and it gave a very specific flashback to a person I felt like I needed to visit a long time ago, Wilton J. Radcliffe. This is Alice's solicitor, and honestly, at any point of not reading that name, do you think that that is safe? Yeah, this dude is on nothing but bad news. Not only that, he has my fucking plushie apparently, so we want that back too. We're getting our get back, all right?
Yes? Who is it?
Alice Liddle, Mr. Radcliffe.
Ah, you're back. I suppose you better come up. Mind the latch.
I really do not like how this person talks. Not like the character, how the actor is portraying this. Oh, yeah, it feels a little bit forced, isn't it? Unless that's literally how people back then talked when they were that rich. Pretty cool hat. The ancient scroll is parchment of the characters are drawn in Indian ink, which Radcliffe explain. Did I say his name? Radcliffe claims the Chinese invented eons ago by mixing soup, lamp oil, gelatin of donkey skin, and musk. He does know some remarkable things. Kind of a odd thing to know, but katana, and the shorter sword is called fuck me wakizashi. Yep, I don't know how to say that first part, but porcelain. Dracula says is the Ming Dynasty's finest. Beautiful shapes, best colors, and the most prized decorations. Cool. As we walk into his office, the first thing we see is our key item, our white bunny plushie. Not only did our argument go back and forth about just the plushie, but as he gives his side of the story, Alice loses her mind, losing her mental state again, going straight into madness.
Forgotten your manners? What else, I wonder? You abandoned it at Rutledge Asylum, my dear. We've been over this before. In a huff as usual, oozing with attitude and accusatory flummery, I've stolen her rabbit. Ridiculous pretext. She's here about the fire again. All the mad child wants to talk about. My report found her family dead by misadventure. She won't accept it. It goes on and on about her killing memories and her need to know the truth. The alleged truth is, the fire began in the library when the cat knocked over a lamp. The blaze trapped her parents and sister upstairs. Sister Lizzie never even unlocked her door. Died in her bed. The guilty cat always sets her off. She denies it, makes no sense, it can't be, etc. Agreed. From the outset, Alice was my candidate for the pyromaniac. The girl had a fixation with fire. I once remarked that I thought she might have had a larger role in causing the tragedy. She suffered some sort of psychotic episode.
Did I rip his head off? I wanted to. What's left of my brain will explode. Is it mad to pray for better hallucinations? Perhaps I'm fated to expire right here.
All movables and effects are gone. Nothing but dust, stains, and the smell of tobacco. No signs of coroner's report or my rabbit here either. Damn it. What? What the fuck? The confusion is completely real by like 100% means that the fact that I was not only now back into this wonderland, this madness wonderland, but now it was mixed with the place I was literally in 2 seconds ago. It somehow seems that our wonderland has been mixed with the city, and it kind of just gives it this eerie aspect of, I don't know, it kind of gives me a little bit of Resident Evil vibes, to be honest. It's just creepy, and I honestly love it though, because it kind of gives a bit of a gothic more vibe. The snow and the vibes, love it. I hate to be a bearer of bad news, but we are already at the end of this episode. We are reaching close to 20 minutes, and I don't want to push any much longer. Not only that, I don't have much other content other than just me exploring this area, getting to a couple of fights in an ending stream. So I apologize about that. If you haven't heard from the last episode, unfortunately, this is from the same stream. This stream was about 4 hours, so this whole thing that I just edited right now was about 2 hours in the rest of the stream, and this is unfortunately the last episode. I stalled too much, and a lot of my videos in Twitch ended up just deleting because of the time currency that was on Twitch, so I deeply apologize for that. I completely messed up, and that's on me. I'm going to try and push out a little bit more story mode stuff. We have a lot of cool things coming up forward. For example, we're going to do Resident Evil 9 or Resident Evil Requiem. I've already streamed that, so, you know what I mean? As I said at the start, if you guys want to check that shit out live, you could have, but y'all missed out. But I'll make sure to make that a full-on series on my YouTube, including me doing other horror games. I just beat Silent Hill 2, and we're moving on to Silent Hill F. But again, I really appreciate you guys watching. If you guys made it all the way to the end, the least I could say is that if you guys subscribe for me, like, or even comment, any type of interaction would mean the world to me, honestly. It's just anything that will push me forward. I'm going to continue doing this stuff either way. I'm loving the support on the shorts, and I'm loving the support on all the other platforms, not only including YouTube. I appreciate you guys, and I'll catch y'all later. Goodbye.